Liza, Sam, say hi, guys. And you know, my better half, Jana. We see so much family, so many friends here. This is a special moment for us. It's a special moment because we have traveled across this country as a family, talking with people throughout America who care so deeply about their country, who know that this is a unique moment, who know it's a serious moment, it's a serious time. And I've got to tell you, the experience that Jana and Liza and Sam and Charlie and I have had together, meeting with people around this country, has warmed our hearts. It has been incredible because so many Americans have come out to get their country back on the right track. And we know in one day we're going to turn this thing around and let them we were in Nevada, we were in in Iowa. We were in Ohio. We were in Colorado. But it is really great to be back here in Packer God's country. And everywhere we go, it's without fail, somebody has a cheese head on their head. And you know what people tell us? What we hear is, what is it with you people in Wisconsin? You have these leaders there. Ron Johnson, thank you for your service to our state. Ryan Streebus, our national chairman. Look at what he's doing for the guy who's going to make Harry Reid the minority leader, our next United States Senator, Tommy Thompson. Tommy Thompson, he paved the way for the rest of us. He showed us how to get things done, how to do welfare reform, how to do school choice. And look at what we have right now. We've got America's gutsiest, most courageous, greatest governor, Scott Walker. I see Mary Lozick, I see Dan Longard, I see Alberta Dolan, I see Rebecca Clayfish. Look at these fantastic leaders we have had here. And Randy Owen, thank you for playing that great music. Appreciate that. All right. Love you too, man. This is really pretty clear. It's really pretty simple. You see, here in Wisconsin, we know what leadership looks like. We know what it means. You say who you are, what you believe in, you ask people for your vote, they give it to you, you get elected, then you go do it. That's what so here we are, this state, our beautiful 10 electoral votes. They can't take us for granted anymore. President Obama came in with all this hope and this change. He made grand promises. It sounded so good that a lot of our fellow Wisconsinites, they went for it. Because it did sound good. He said he would bridge the partisan gap. He said he'd cut the deficit in half. He'd create jobs. None of those things have happened. It's become the most partisan place in decades. The deficit's doubled. He passed this big stimulus plan where he borrowed all this money, spent it on his cronies, and look at where we are. 23 million people out of work. 15% of our fellow citizens living in poverty today. That's the highest rate in a generation. The unemployment rate is higher today than it was when he came in office. Half the kids coming out of college can't get a job. Can't get a job in the field they study in or a job at all. Here's the good news. We don't have to settle for this, and in one day we can turn this thing around. Leadership looks like. And that's exactly what Mitt and I are talking about. We were saying, here's what we believe in. We believe in those principles that founded this country. We believe in liberty, and that means all kinds of liberty. Religious liberty, economic liberty, personal liberty. It makes us special, it makes us unique. We believe in freedom. believe in free enterprise, self-determination. We believe that the government works for us, the people, and not the other way around. And when you take these principles and apply them to the problem of the day, you come up with solutions. That is why we're offering real reforms for a real recovery. Because what we got right now, this is not a real recovery. We can turn things around. We can get people back to work. We can get this economy growing. We can get people getting ahead in life. We can get people out of poverty and back in the middle class. We can get people good job security. We can do this if we tackle our problems. We cannot afford 4 more years of a president blaming other people when things don't go right. We can't afford 4 more years of a president ducking the tough issues. Mitt Romney and I are going to run at our country's problems to solve our country's problems. That's what we will do. You have heard us talk about this 5-point plan so much, I'm sure you can recite it yourself. The reason we talk about these ideas is because we feel we owe you, our fellow citizens, a choice of 2 futures. We have a moral obligation to each and every one of you so that you get to decide what kind of country you want to have, what kind of people we want to be. This is why we're offering solutions, proven ideas to get people back to work, so that when we win this election, we didn't win by just campaigning on vague platitudes and slogans. We ran based on ideas, based on solutions, so that we can get these things done. That's how you get people back to work. That's how you get people Look, it's not rocket science. We've got a lot of energy in this country. Let's use that energy in this country. We've got an education problem. We've got people like in Janesville in their 40s and 50s looking for work. We got to get them the skills they need. We got kids trapped in inner city schools in Milwaukee, in all of our cities. If they are in a failing school, their parents ought to be able to take them out of that failing school and put them in a better school. Thank you, Scott. We need to train the workforce. We need to make sure that we recognize that small businesses are our job creators, and we've just got to finally stop spending money we just don't have. We can't keep borrowing like this. This is one of those inflection points. This is one of those kinds of moments that we're going to look back upon as when America found itself. Look, if you want to see what 4 more years of these kind of policies produce, we've already seen this movie before. Europe. It's exactly what they've done. It's exactly what we want to prevent. We know if we get in and fix this mess, we can turn this around. The great thing about this moment is that it requires a kind of leadership to do these things, and we have a man who has these leadership skills. You know, one of my favorite historians who just passed away, he said that there are 4 key attributes, 4 key characteristics that a leader needs at a time like this when a nation is in doubt. You, from Wisconsin, that's number 5. You need a person with a moral compass, a person with a bedrock of principles, a person with a vision for the country, and the ability to actually execute and implement that vision. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Mitt Romney. He's proven he knows how to do it. He knows how jobs are created because he helped create tens of thousands of jobs. He knows how to work across the aisle to get results. This is a guy who was a Republican governor of a Democratic state. He didn't demonize them, he didn't demagogue them. He met with them on Mondays, and he worked across the aisle without compromising principle. He cut taxes 19 times. He balanced the budget without raising taxes. That is leadership. That's what This is one of those moments where we will really define the trajectory of this country for a long, long time. It doesn't matter what generation you come from. This is the most important election in our generations. I see this little kid right there on our folks' shoulders. Hi. This economy is hurting us when we're trying to raise our families, and it's guaranteeing that her future is lower, is diminished, is a lower living standard than we've gotten before. We have never done this in this country. We have never messed things up so that the next generation's worse off. In fact, every generation of Americans has answered the call. They have solved their generation's problems so that their kids and their grandkids are better off. This is our generation's time. And when you think about it, our country is far more than Wisconsin or California or Ohio or Texas. Yep. Wisconsin is an idea. America is an idea. We're the only country founded on an idea. It is so critical. It is so special. Thomas Jefferson wrote it so well in the Declaration of Independence. We are sovereign as people. We are the nucleus of our economy, of our society. Our families are. Our rights, they come from nature, and nature's God, not from government. Our founders gave us this, and every generation of veterans since then have made this proposition whole, have done it for us, and we owe them a debt of gratitude. Thank you for what you've done for our country. I see those hands over here. Now here it is. They have always taken us for granted, Wisconsin. They thought it was easy. We haven't gone Republican since 1984. One more day. Scott Walker showed you what leadership looks like. Our leaders led, and the people of Wisconsin had his back. But we got one more left. We've had a lot of elections here in Wisconsin lately. We know how they work, and we know how to win them. That means we talk to everybody. We talk to our friends, our family, our distant relatives. We talk to our neighbors. We make sure they go to the polls. We make sure that we wake up on Wednesday morning, November the 7th, knowing that we did everything we could. Look, this is Wisconsin. It's a great place to live. It's a great place to grow up. It's a wonderful place to raise your family. That's who we are. And let's make sure that we do this. Mitt and I are basically saying this. We are not going to duck these tough issues. We're not going to kick the can down the road. And we're not going to spend the next 4 years blaming other people. We're going to get in there and take responsibility. And we're not going to try to transform this country into something it was never intended to be. We're not going to try to replace our founding principles. We're going to reapply our founding principles. We can do this. All eyes are watching us. Wisconsin, the Packers made it last Sunday. They're on a roll. We know how to win. We know how to make a difference. We know how to get people to the polls. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart on behalf of my family. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for waiting in line. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being here about 11 o'clock at night. Thank you for getting people to the polls. Thank you for